Lieutenant Zergle, how goes the operation?
Commander Blurg, I have discovered footage of the human planet which we may use to gather intelligence on how to best go about our conquest of their world.
Well, let me know when. Let us put this on the screen now.
Affirmative.
Let's just forget this ever happened.
Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL. All right, welcome me back to the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, is day number 15, and we're taking a look at Alien Invasion 2025. It's all about doing the aliens and doing their thing, setting up the Cosmic Slicer, start spamming out the alien counters, and stop my opponent from using their monsters, invading the field with mighty alien power, with the help of our Ogdoadic buddies. So we got ourselves our deck here today, thanks to Mr. Spicy Boy who suggested today's deck. And we're going to be showing off this deck, showing off the combos and the wombos, the what do's and the what not do's, and having ourselves a good old time. So as always, the deck list will be at the end. For now, we're going to go into EDO Pro. We're going to show off this deck, show off the cards, and the combos, and the duels, and all the good stuff, and have ourselves a good time. So if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit all the good buttons down below. Lets me know that you enjoy what we do. So, enough talking, let's get right into the action. Alrighty, our first opponent of the day in another card game. Is what I wish I could say, but I actually tried recording earlier, and my darn computer didn't want to record, and I lost 2 whole wins that I had, but that's okay. We'll pick ourselves up here. We're unfortunately not going first like we'd like to do with this deck, like as much as humanly possible. Very much a going first sort of deck, especially with a hand like this. When you see Snake Rain and any of your Ogdoadics, it's a very good day. So, what are we up against? I see the Ashened ones. Okay, you got your Vidos. You're going to be trying to give me the field spell. I don't know, Ashened. Luckily, I'm not playing a field spell, because that would have made things very tricky. Oh, it's a beautiful day. When you have 2 Snake Rains, it's not a once per turn, baby. So, we're going to go ahead and ditch in the hill. We're going to ditch as many of the Ogdoadics as we can and need. So we're going to send 1 Nunu, we're going to send our 1 Big Boss, and we're going to send these 2. This will get the whole package nice and set up. And we're going to go ahead and activate our effects. Basic combo for our Ogdoadics, we're just going to bring back Nunu. We're going to bring back the Curse by banishing, or tributing off that guy. He gets banished, but that's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back. We're going to go for Curse. Curse will revive Naoya. At least we hope it'll revive Naoya. That'd be kind of important. Yeah, there we go. Very good. So we'll get Naoya on the board. And Naoya adds a spell. Now, traditionally, this is where we get Ogdoadic Water Lily. But with our deck, we're actually going to go for this thing. Ogdoadic's Daybreak. It's a very nice card that I found while I was researching things for, like, this deck. I was asked to do aliens as competitive as possible. So I was looking at, like, different things and things to make them more, like, competent. You know, it was a little tricky. I was actually thinking of Ragnarikes at first. But this card is just really good in the deck. It's absolutely busted. So we're going to go ahead and get back our monsters for later. And we're going to activate our Ogdoadic Daybreak by tributing a level 8. Or just any reptile in general. For every 2 levels, I get a token. So I get 4 tokens. And I'm not restricted to any form of summons. So we'll get back all of our dudes. Get out all these dang tokens. And the best thing is I can use all of these for my link plays. So we're going to go ahead and start with our Mighty Frame. I'm going to start out with this boy because he lets me pour on the counters. And we're going to go for our major boss monster, the Cosmic Slicer. Look at them little pinchy hands. He's ready to pinch some cheeks. That's right. So Zero is going to get us another monster. And we're going to go ahead in this situation. We're going to get Alien Boy. Alien Boy is very important to us. 1, because I haven't normal summoned yet. 2, because anything special summoned will get an A counter. And everything with an A counter gets to defense mode and can't use its effects. We're also going to go ahead and activate our Snake Ray. We'll ditch combination device for this. That's right, I'm doubling up the snakes. So we're going to send Alien Mars. He's the most important one right now. The rest of them don't matter too much. We'll send Night Sword Serpent and Alien Doggo. And I guess my other new... Oh, my opponent surrendered. Ah! I hate it when they do that. I really do. I mean, we had the combo full. Basically, what was going to happen is, if I can open up my graveyard... Yeah, real quick. This guy, Nephalibis, because I sent a guy to the graveyard, he was going to revive himself, and he's a once-per-turn monster reborn of your snakes. So I was going to be able to revive Mars, so that anything with an A counter would just be negated in general. It's absolutely brutal. So, we'll call that for the first duel. I do have one replay from one of my lost duels, so I can put that at the end to satisfy to see what the combo really looks like. But let's go ahead for duel number 2. Hopefully my opponent at least attempt to allow us to, like, finish our combo next time. But that was literally, like, the combo. That is what you have. Like I said, you open up with Snake Rain, especially if you have 2 of the darn things, you're set and pretty. So, let's go over duel number 2. Show off what this deck can really do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again, but this time with feeling. Alright, we get to go first. Let's see that beautiful Snake Rain. Beautiful. Ooh, we also have Serpent Strike, which is neat. Alrighty, so that'll actually help out a lot. So let's go Snake Rain. Ditching all alert, and we're going to go for the usual foursome. Since we got to discard one of our Ogdoadics, it's, like, really good. So we'll ditch you, let's see. Wait, did I already... I gotta double check. Yeah, I already clicked you. And you. Y'all always good to double check just in case. You don't want to mess this part up. If you mess this part up, it's really bad. It just does not work out after that. But let's go ahead and do as we usually do. I should mention Ogdoadic Strike. Basically, it's just another monster born sort of thing in this deck, where I have to discard a reptile of a different attribute. It does have its uses in the deck. You know, just for building bodies on the board. Sometimes you need that. And I can revive aliens with it, too. So it works out really good. So we'll go ahead and do our usual stuff. And man, I remember back in the day, I would do this combo and I'd end on the zombie vampire. Which I can do if I need to. But in this respect, I really don't need to do that right now. So I'll go ahead and put these 2 back into the grave as we do. We'll save Daybreak just in case my opponent tried to, like, imperm me or something. But let's go ahead and get our 4 tokens. Just making sure that we don't misclick. Yugioh Pro is not very kind about misclicks. Misclicks are our bane. We'll have everything. Ooh, I almost forgot to mention I have my Mass Hypnosis spell. Or trap, or whatever you want to call this thing. It's a really neat little combo tool. So let's go ahead into the Cosmic Slicer Zeroll. Bajumba. Bring out the Slicer. The Slicer will go ahead and get us the boy. Sadly, I won't have Mars for this. But I think it'll work either way. You know? It really just depends on, like, what my opponent's going to do. You know? That's all. Actually, hold on. No. No, I'm not going to be able to do, like, everything. But I'll be able to get started with other things. Part of me wants to keep... I probably should keep a monster. No, this works. This still works. So what we're going to do is this. Ogdoadic Flood, ditch Kotal, bring back Nunu. Nunu will go right here. Because I sent a guy to the graveyard, our Nephalibis will come back. Nephalibis will then revive one of our level 4s. Because I need to have a monster in hand to use the Mighty Frame. So, with all of this, we're going to go for an old classic. It could have been Melusine, but no, we're going to go for the King of the Feral Imps. A Bachumba. Because I need to have at least a monster in my hand. It's kind of a thing. So we'll ditch Nunu. And we're going to get this guy, Alien Stealth Buster. Because if he's sent to the graveyard, I can put even more counters on the board. So, while I don't have Alien Mars to really cement this one, it works good to me. It looks just fine to me. I've got a nice setup. Oh. I mean, that's annoying for certain. But I can still work with this. I mean, all I need to do... Wait. Oh, yeah, I have too many monsters. No! No! Droplets! Droplets! Well, that's just annoying. What are you gonna hit? Zaylor? Mighty Frame? Both of everything? Hit everything I know and love? Well, that is unfortunate indeed. I can still... Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can still use Mighty Frame's effect. It'll discard card and it'll still put counters. It won't do everything, but I can still basically steal a monster. Do I have a dark? I have lights, that's the problem. He's probably going to hit Zaylor, I would hope, and pray that he's going to hit Zaylor. Zerol, whatever your name is. Okay, whew. That'll work. That'll work. Now, because my opponent monster sent to my graveyard, I do get to send another monster to the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Banish a monster on the field. This card can... That's what this guy says. This is what he sounds like. Nah. I could. You're using Mirror Blade already? Why would you do this? Let's see. Banishing one monster on my field. Which is kind of unfortunate. You're gonna banish my big old snake. We'll go ahead and send our Stealth Buster. So that way I can put the A counter on this dude. That way, I can steal it with Mass Hypnosis. No one expects the Mass Hypnosis. This can steal up to 3 monsters. Anybody with an A counter, I steal them. Let's see. Destroy during the end phase, the turn is activated. Oh yeah, that's true. So I gotta wait till, like, next turn, but that works either way. Alright. Triple Tactical Thrust. Triple Tactical Talents. Alright. I assume you're just gonna draw more cards with that. Alright. I mean, this is certainly annoying as all get out. I mean, I don't like that he just had, like, freaking Forbidden Droplet to stop me. But here's the thing. He'll get rid of the King of the Feral Imps. He'll get rid of my Zayrol. He'll get rid of everything I knew and loved. But I still have Mass Hypnosis, and he can't do much about it. If your opponent makes his fusion summon card, leave the field. That is such an obnoxious clause. Destroy all monsters in the end phase. Yep. Okay. I do get to draw that card, which is cool. And Albion will do whatever Albion does in the end phase again. I think it just gets him a card. Sets a branded spell trap. Yeah. Get the fusion spell. Yep. Which is mighty annoying. But it's what it is. Because this doesn't do anything anymore. Targeted Despia. This basically will let him to dodge out of the way, which is the annoying bit. Let's see here. Okay. We're going to use Dawn of Creation. We can banish that from the grave, recover our big snake, and then send another reptile to the graveyard. This way, I can just reset up my Overlord. Alright. That's step number 1. What else can we do? See, if I use Curse now, it'll have that effect where it can just, you know, wipe me out. So I don't want to do that. What I actually want to do... I'm going to banish Stealth Buster to bait out the Blade Dragon. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to see happen. Because now he's going to Fusion Summon. Right now, so we can dodge out of the way of this. Or just go into another fusion, one or the other. Either way. Uh-huh. Going for this dude. He will get an A counter on him, which is what we want to see happen. And this will allow him to pop a card on my board or what have you. Okay. What was it? Restore cards, the number of cards used material from the... Yeah, you can pop one card on the field. And then he'll get to draw 2 cards, which is really annoying. But If he doesn't hit my face down, we're good. No one expects the massive Gnosis. Nobody does. Okay? Hit Mighty Frame, you fool! You had an A counter. Because of that, I get to summon another alien monster. Or from my graveyard, for that matter. Yeah. I mean, Neptune is going to be... I can just get him out regardless, so I don't want to get him back, I don't think. Has to be a non-linkage to the trick. So we're going to go for Nauya. Because then Nauya can get me my Water Lily. Not yet. Soon. Very soon. Alright. This isn't a reptile, is it? No. Can't even attack directly. What annoying. What an annoying dude. Alright. So what we're going to do. Activate the massive Gnosis. Give me this. This is mine now. I will steal your big Chimera. Alright, we'll steal the big Chimera. As we do, we're going to link the darn thing off because we don't need it. So we're going to use these two. Bring out Hazard Lizardos. Because our monster left the board, we're going to send another reptile to the graveyard. And in this situation, I'm feeling Night Sword Serpent, because then I get 2 cards. Very good. So we'll go ahead and chain block as one does. And I think my opponent, yeah, he's going to, wait. He made this go away, so then I don't lose my cards. Very good. So we'll put this in attack mode. We'll put that in attack mode. We're going to use our Ogdoadic Overlord to revive our Zayrol. That way I have Zayrol back on the board. Alright. Everything's looking good. Math is not my strong suit. Let's see, what was the other... Add a monster from the grave to the hand drawer. Is that worth it, though? I'm going to go ahead and use Lizardos' effect. I can banish a dude from my grave to increase his attack power. So I'm going to banish Mighty Frame. This will go up to 1900, and I'll get to draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's game. Pretty sure that's game right there. What are the odds this guy has a hand trap? Pretty low. Pretty low. Also, I normal summon my Stealth Buster here. Alright! I'd say that'll work just fine. Unless there was a Nibiru in here. Okay. No Nibiru's detected. Good. Night Serpent! Attack! Alright, that was a touch-and-go situation. I'll admit, my opponent did put up quite the resistance there. Quite the resistance indeed. But we'll attack with all the little dudes first. We're just going to go basically from smallest to weakest, or smallest to biggest. Just in case. You never know. He might have Gores. You never know. Gores could come back at any point. Yeah, you always have to check under your bed in case Gores is ever going to come back. He's like the boogeyman of Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, the boogeyman. But that will be game right there. An excellent duel once more, thanks to our alien boys. Alrighty. Alright, well that'll do it for our second opponent. Very good showing on our deck. And, you know, it was a little touch and go. We did get hit with the motherfucking Forbidden Droplet and the Book of Eclipse. Not easy to get around those things, but we managed to do it. So let's go ahead for our third opponent. Maybe go for a fourth. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, our third opponent, the fighting third. I am losing rock, paper, scissors like way too much. Although we did get Snake Rain, so I can't complain too much. Opening hand is perfectly reasonable. It's not like great by any means, but anytime you see Snake Rain is a good thing. So what is our opponent playing? That's a hard question. I mean, when they start off with set cards, it makes you wonder, what is this? Needle player can add cards from deck to the hand except by drawing. Ah! That's just a little annoying. I'm gonna have to do some snarky things to get around that. Because now I can't get my Daybreak easy. Which really, really annoying. But we'll see where this goes. Let me think about this. I think I can make this work. I think I can. I think I can. What is this? Target face-up card of the number of illusion monster controls and get their effects. Well, apparently that does bupkis for you, buddy. Apparently that card does bupkis. I thought that does negate me, but clearly it doesn't work that way. Let's see. These 4 to the graveyard. So this is some kind of trap monster deck or something of the nature. Hard to say. Hard to say. But I can't search or nothing. But that's okay. That means we can do other things. You know what I mean? When my opponent wants to, slow down the game like this, I will simply adapt. And I already have plans for when I get impermed by this. It was all according to my calculations, And you just impermed yourself. Oh my lord. What were you thinking? Not you, Jesus. I'm talking about this guy. What are we gonna send to the graveyard? I'm thinking of who I want to send to the graveyard. I'm thinking if I send Kodal. No, I don't want to send Kodal. I'm gonna send the Night Sword Serpent. I'm gonna send this guy because 1, I can chain block again, and 2, it'll just get me more monsters on the board. This will work just fine. Alright. I mean, I might not be able to search, but does it look like I care? Not really. I don't need to... Who needs to search cards to win card games? Searching is for amateurs. Real men mill their decks to the graveyard. Which is exactly what we're gonna do, because I'm not locked into anything but Reptile. Okay, so I can't do my one thing, but that's okay. That's okay. I can make it work. Heck, I could even go for, like, a good chunk of my alien combo if I wanted to. But you know what? This guy wants me to do things different. You know what? I will do it different. That is... Wait. 2, 45, 67... Alien Boy. I don't think it matters. Alright. Well, that's going to be game. I don't feel good about that one, though. Because that was mostly my opponent having no idea what they were trying to do. I mean, they clearly had, like, a plan here. But this, yeah, there needs to be, like, monsters on the board for a hat trick to work first. It doesn't work on itself, as you would think it does. Because it's like, it's in the middle of being a trap and a monster when that effect goes off. So, it doesn't work that way. Regardless, let's go for one more duel today. That's what happens when my opponent stops me searching. If you're wondering what we're doing in the face of, like, Thunder Dragon Colossus, this is it. So, let's go ahead for one more duel today. Go for the gold. Go for the pros. I'll show off that other replay late, like after the credits and all that. But let's go for one more duel. Alrighty, everybody, the 4th opponent, the final 4th, the last chance at romance. We get to go first this time. Very neat. This opening hand's not perfect, but I can make it work. I can make it work. It's not perfect, but you know what? That's fine. Let's go ahead and send Nunu to the grave. I might not have Snake Rain, but I have 1/4 of Snake Rain. So that's what we're going to do. Where is Curse? Curse. Curse. We're going to get Curse here. And I already have Alien Boy. I can certainly build a good chunk of my board with this. It won't be perfect, but it'll be an honest day's work. So we're going to get out Curse, get out Naoya, do the usual shenanigans. This is what the deck, the most important thing about this deck, whether we're vulnerable to, like, Ragekis and things of that nature, Forbidden Droplet, it doesn't matter. What matters is we have the consistency to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And that is an important thing. So we'll go for our Daybreak again. Get out all those spiffy tokens. Making sure not to click OK by accident and get, like, 1 token. Because that would not work at all. That would not work whatsoever, but that's okay. We got all 4 tokens. That's what we want to see on our board. Let's see. Yeah, let's use Dawn of Creation. We're going to go ahead and put this guy back. That way, I can get my big boy on the board. Yeah. We'll send this dude to the graveyard. Just to have him nice and set up. That sort of thing. So let's go ahead into our link number 1. We'll go ahead for link numero the second one. Get out our Cosmic Slicer. That will allow us to add another card. In this particular situation, I'm going to go for my Planet Pollutant Virus. This really messed up a hero player that I have the replay of, so, you know, I'm just going to put my trust in this card, just in case I need it. And we'll go ahead and set, recombo, set, recombo. I can only use one of the darn thing, but that's fine. We'll end our turn. Alright. Not too shabby. We didn't start with a lot, but we ended up with just fine. This will work fairly well for us. Now I just need to worry about what my opponent's playing, because we don't yet know. They only have 14 cards in the extra deck. It's always a weird thing when people only play 14 in the extra deck. It's like, just throw something in. Throw something in for that last slot. You know? So we'll see. I just want to briefly bring up, while I'm staring at these sleeves, I did recreate the sleeves from like the last time we did Aliens. It was very tricky. It took me a minute to actually find the old picture of the gray alien here. I actually had to find a new hat for him, but it all worked out. What is this guy doing? Summon a dude. Okay. I mean, you can summon a dude. He will get that counter. He will be negated. You can't use his effect. You can't tribute him to get a Biff Actor Pendulum Monster. I'm afraid. I'm afraid you're... Well, this is Abyss Actors. That could be tricky, because they have, what's the card? Rise of the King, or whatever it's called? The one with the big purple dude, where he destroys stuff. That could be tricky. Field nukes are definitely something that this deck has some trouble with. You might ask yourself again, why not play cards to counter that? The answer? Because then I lose all the consistency. I'd rather just have be consistent. I'll lose against the people who just hit me with Raigeki. Or, like, stuff of that nature. Dark Hold. But that, you know, we'll make do with the devils that those don't happen. You know? If we can get around Forbidden Droplet, I can find a way around Raigeki. Let's put it that way. Alright, so what is this doing? Target Abyss, add depend on a monster, and a monster your opponent controls, switch control those monsters, and destroy this card. Well, if you're gonna do that to Boy, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. No switching for you. And now everyone gets a counter anyway. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Not now, little boy. Little boy, girl, whatever, duelist. You do got nothing. Now that I've hit you with the Planet Pollutant Virus, everyone gets a counter, and none of your cards will have their effects. See, like I said, against monster-heavy decks, this deck works really good. You know, as long as you got Zayroll on the board, and you got those A counters to spreading. Oh no! It's that thing. Well, that's not necessarily good. There goes everything I know and love. I mean, it's not the end of the world, because I still have a backup plan, but that's not good. Because now my opponent can do everything he wants to do. Now, I should mention Mighty Frame does have an additional effect. But if he gets destroyed by stuff, sent to the graveyard, for every monster my opponent has with an A counter, I get to summon out a non-link reptile monster with different names. So, basically I can just revive everybody. Provided this guy's going to, like, summon everything, which I assume they're going to. It's Abyss Actors, after all. Summon an Abyss Actor for the deck with a different name. Place a target monster in the Pendulum Zone, or destroy it. Cool. Cool. Alright. I mean, I'll still be able to, like, rebuild everything after this, I assume. I assume I'll be able to. It really just depends on how he gets rid of Mighty Frame. If he... Like, for example, if he was to banish this, I'm just dead. If he banishes it, I'm kind of boned. But if he doesn't banish it, I'll be fine. And then the Madonna is going to do its effect to, what was it? It's like summons one of these, right? It's been a while since I've Abyss Acted. Okay, you're just going to summon a monster. Abyss Script is activated. Summon a dude from the turn to the hand or the phase. Okay. Get the Curtain Raiser, which gets you back that dude. Okay. And so far, this seems like pretty standard stuff. I mean, I'm more worried about you getting that field spell of yours than anything, but I have not seen hair or hide of it. Alright. Go for the Super Producer. Ah, that's gonna get the field spell. I'm not a fan of the field spell. Let's see. Target face-up card, and he's gonna get that field spell of his, which is not good. Because that can change my monster's effects. Or, conversely, you're not getting the field spell, which is good for me. I was actually more worried about that, because that changes your monster's effects to popping the opponent's back row, which is something you never want to do in Abyss Actors. You never want to pop their back row. I have made that mistake before. Do not ever touch the back row. It is a bad idea. Alright. Have they not Pendulum summoned yet? Oh my goodness, they have not. They're trying to wipe me out. Little do they realize, that's just playing into the strategy here. What on earth is this? Liberty Dramatist. I have not heard of it. See, summon this. On this card, 3 Abyss scripts. Opponent picks 1. Gets set to the field. Okay, this card is destroyed. Shuffle back a card. Okay. It's just additional bodies. Okay, my opponent, he's very low on time. So they're going to have to go for battle phase soon or hold their peace. They're almost out of time. I'm just saying. Everyone gets a counter. Everyone joins the alien invasion. Please tell me this does not let you get the field spell. Okay, it does not. You can't play that more than once, right? You can. Okay. That is unfortunate, but again, Shock Trooper Mighty Frame summons out the 3 monsters I can currently summon. I mean, it's something. Let's see. Summon Alien Kid in attack mode. That should weaken all of his monsters, right? Everyone with an A counter does lose 300 attack points. It's only during damage calc, but he doesn't know that. He don't know that just yet. Pilgrim. Alright. And then you're going to get the Tributed Abyss Actor. You're going to get this back again? Oh, no. Oh, he timed out! He timed! You absolute fool! Alright. I think it's only fair to count this duel and the first one as like one big win. I'm not going to count this like a 4-0. It don't. That wasn't the 4-0 I wanted. If I had my original duels, it would have been. But that's what happens when you get too invested into moving your opponent's stuff. My boy here, he could have done things a little differently, maybe had some extra time, but no time for you. I'm sorry to say. So let's go ahead for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody. So the alien invasion of 2025. We're gonna call this 3-0. It doesn't feel quite right because like the duels I had originally were maybe a little bit more robust. Although we did have some good moments here. We got to show off what this deck is trying to do. We're just trying to swarm the board with reptiles, go for our Lynx, go for our boy, go for Mars, and basically just stop monster heavy decks. That is the name of today's deck, and we got to do that. You know, we got to do that. We showed off a good chunk of what this deck can do. I was so close, Trishula. I was so close. Today, one of these days, I'm going to summon Trishula in a silly deck, and it's going to be a good day. But today, we got to do what the snakes and the aliens were trying to do. Invade the board and hit our opponent hard. So, I hope you guys enjoyed regardless of how it all, you know, regardless if we got to do, like, the crazy combo every time. I hope everybody enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smack the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't, because we're still aiming up and upward. We still have 85 days of the 100 days left. So we gotta get going, boys. We gotta get going. So, here's the deck list, in case y'all are interested in what we're playing today. Give it a shot. You'll have a good time. So, for our main deck, we have one each of Nephilimous, the Overlord. We have the Dark, and we have Curse the Light. We have one copy of Alien Overlord for flavor. 3 copies of Alien Stealth Buster, because he spreads counters and cops things. 2 copies of Alien Boy, because he's one of the main parts of our little lockdown scenario. But he's very searchable, so you only need 2 of them. 2 copies of Reptilian Codal, more for flavor, but it's another body you can potentially put on the board. It's a tuner. It can also be a non-tuner. A lot of things you can do with a good old Reptilian Codal. 1 copy of Night Sword Serpent, just in case you open up with 2 copies of Snake Rain or what have you may. You also have like Foolish Burial. It's just another body on the board, but sometimes you need those. 2 each of Naoya and Nunu. These are the main parts of the Ogdoadic combo. Good old Naoya gets you your spells, and then Nunu can just revive himself from the grave to start everything up. 2 copies of Alien Doggo. Another body on the board when you normal summon an alien. He's the best friend of Boy. And he also spreads counters when he gets summoned, so pretty nice guy. Good old alien Mars. You play him as a 1-of because you just need the one dude. But you get this guy on the board with everything else, your opponent just has no idea what to do with themselves. And 2 copies of Alien Ammonite as our other tuner monster. It's a level 1. Really pairs well with all the level 4s we have to summon out Trishula, which I really wanted to do, but not today. We have 3 copies of Snake Rain. Always play 3 Snake Rain on this deck, mostly because it really works well with the, Ogdoadics, but it just helps set up a lot of the things we like to do. Lets me send, like, aliens to the graveyard, and then if I have good old Nephalibis, bring them right back. 2 copies of Ogdoadic Water Lily. I considered 3, but we have enough, like, revival spells and things, so we're all good. And plus, this is a once per turn regardless, so 2 is fine. We have good old Foolish Burial, because there's never enough sending monsters to the grave in this deck. Regular Monster Born, in case I need to revive, like, something that's not a reptile for some reason. Not sure why, but if I ever needed to. Called by the Grave to stop Ash Blossom. 2 Spellcar Monster Born for reviving things on my opponent's turn. Say if they were able to get rid of Alien Mars somehow, like, I don't know, they kaiju'd or something. But you need to revive him. Then there you go, get Alien Mars right back. We got things like our Ogdoadic Daybreak at 2. Like it is one of the most important cards of the deck. We played it at 2 because we don't want to be too bricky. But 2 is good. I can search the darn thing out. We just tribute up one of our big monsters, get all the tokens. 3 copies, Accelerate Combination Device. Get off all those counters onto the board. Sending Stealth Buster to the graveyard. Banishing it to search out aliens. It's got all the bells and whistles. Good old Automatic Serpent Strike. Revives monsters. Mills more monsters. Nothing to not like about it. Triple Imperm if we happen to be going second and we need to stop our opponent. 2 Planet Pollutant Viruses in case they try to get rid of Boy. This will be even worse than Boy. And then lastly, we have our Massive Hypnosis Trap. Just as a flavor card, but in certain situations, you can steal a whole bunch of your opponent's stuff, And it's really also good if you, like, lose everything, but you can normal summon an alien, steal all your opponent's monsters with A counters, link them off into mother flipping Unchained Abomination. It's all good. So after the extra deck, we have 1 Masquerena for making our links indestructible, 1 Hazard Lizardos to make himself big and give us more draw power, 2 Alien Shock Troopers for sending off our monsters to get more A counters, and as well, reviving monsters when he happens to get destroyed. 2 copies of the Cosmic Slicer, because he's our main boss monster. Puts everything with A counters in defense and stops them dead in their tracks. 1 Unchained Abomination, which actually helped me in one of those lost duels when I was up against a Runic player. So, this actually helped out very, very much so. We have 1 Dante of the Burning Abyss, because we can occasionally make a rank 3 in this deck. And again, milling is never a bad thing, so I run the 1 Dante for flavor, as well as Levier for just bringing back any of my banished level 4s. We have King of the Feral Imps for easy searching of reptiles. 1 Zombie Vampire, just in case things go in a weird direction. And I just happen to need, some level 8, rank 8 action. And good old AA Zeus for weird scenarios where I have I have an Xyz on the board and nothing else. So, Zeus can potentially be useful. We have 1 copy of the CosmicFortressGol'Gar, which can bounce spell traps on the board to place new A counters on the board, and can remove those counters to destroy my opponent's cards. Really useful monster, very easy to summon out. 1 copy of Reptilian Melusine, which is just a nice level 8 reptile synchro we can make in this deck. It's got nice protection on itself, it can change monsters to 0 attack points, and I can add more reptiles if it happens to get destroyed, so it's pretty good. And then good old Trishula, which we can summon. It just didn't happen today. As for the side deck, I really didn't think too much on the side deck, other than like more Serpent Strikes. If you want to try the Ragnaraikas on top of everything else, that's an option. But that's for a completely different build altogether, really. There's also things like Vanguard, the Underground Emperor, which can revive itself if a monster is sent from the hand to the graveyard while this is in the graveyard. So, an additional body thing on the board, but there's better targets. So, play at your own discretion. And then there's also things like Power Filter, which prevents my opponent from special summoning monsters that have low attack points. So, depends on what you're up against. This can be useful. So, that's today's deck, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Tomorrow is the beginning of Highlander Week. A week of Highlander decks, or Commander format, if y'all are familiar with that term. But basically, we're going to do a whole week of decks, everything in one of. It's going to be great. So, do tune in for that. Until next time, your boy, the Memphis X, signing out. Until next time, everybody, stay safe and happy. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all take care.